All right, so you're prepping for a digital printer interview, and you want to really nail it, right?
Of
We got all these
course.
great RoleCatcher resources, career guides, interview guides,
Yeah.
even some cool insights into how their AI can give you an advantage.
Mhm.
So we're going to break down what the job really involves, walk through some tough interview questions, and even throw in some insider tips.
All right.
Okay, so first let's paint a picture. What does a digital printer actually do all day?
Well, it's not just hitting print on your little desktop printer.
Right, of course not.
It's much more than that.
Yeah.
You're working with these high-tech laser or inkjet machines, working with clients to make their ideas come to life
Okay,
on all sorts of material.
interesting. And speaking of complexity, RoleCatcher's Career Guide mentions that this field is actually growing,
Yeah.
a projected 5% increase in jobs over the next decade.
Yeah, that's right.
That's really promising.
Yeah, it's exciting. There's a lot of opportunity for growth in this field.
So lots of potential paths once you get your foot in the door.
Yeah, definitely.
And speaking of getting your foot in the door, RoleCatcher's interview guide highlights 8 key questions they say you need to be ready for.
Mm-hmm.
Let's dive into those, shall we?
Okay, let's do it.
All right, question number 1. Can you explain your experience with digital printing technology?
Seems straightforward enough.
Right.
But how can you make your answer really stand out?
Well, you want to go beyond just listing the machines that you've used.
Mhm.
Talk about the whole process, the
Yeah.
software, the color management, all the different printing techniques.
Okay.
The whole works.
So get really specific.
Yeah.
Mention tools you've mastered.
Yeah,
Even a challenging project that shows off your skills.
exactly. And, this is where RoleCatcher's AI can be really helpful.
Oh, how so?
You can actually plug in the specific job description, and it analyzes your resume and experience and highlights the most relevant skills for that role.
Wow, that's like having a personalized interview coach in your pocket. It really is. Yeah, it takes the guesswork out of tailoring your answers.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Hmm.
All right. Are you ready for question number 2?
Hit me with it.
Okay, here it is. How do you ensure the quality of printed materials meets the required standards?
Okay, so this one is all about attention to detail.
Right.
Yeah,
So you want to walk them through your quality control process.
exactly.
Do you have a system for double-checking colors?
Yeah.
How about routine maintenance on the machines
Hmm.
to keep everything running smoothly?
All of that. All of that.
So show them you're meticulous and that you take pride in delivering really top-notch work.
Yes, exactly. You want to go beyond just getting it done,
Mm-hmm.
but getting it done right.
Right.
Because quality is key in this field.
And don't be afraid to give specific examples.
Right.
Like a time you caught a potential color discrepancy before it became a major issue.
Absolutely. Real-world examples always make a big impact.
Okay. On to question number 3. How do you stay up to date with the latest printing technologies and trends? That's a big one,
Yeah, it is.
especially in a field that's constantly evolving.
Yeah, they want to know that you're a lifelong learner, that you're always eager to stay ahead of the curve.
Okay.
So mention the industry publications that you read, websites that you follow,
Mm.
maybe a recent conference or workshop you attended.
Okay, so mention specific things that you do to stay up to date.
Exactly, and even bonus points if you can mention a new technology that you're really excited about.
Oh yeah, show them that you're really into this field and that you're excited about where it's going.
Absolutely. And here's another tip from RoleCatcher's AI.
Okay.
It can actually scan industry news and trends and suggest talking points based on the specific company and role you're interviewing for.
Wow. So you can walk into that interview armed with all the latest information.
Exactly, yeah.
Talk about a confidence booster.
Definitely.
Okay, moving on to question number 4, which is, can you describe your experience with color management and color calibration?
Okay, getting a little more technical here.
Yes, a little bit. So
Yeah.
break this down for me. What exactly is color management?
Okay, so color management is all about making sure that colors look the same across different devices
Okay.
and mediums.
Okay.
So the color you see on your computer screen might look different when you print it on paper
Right.
or fabric or metal.
Makes sense.
So you need to have a deep understanding of color spaces, calibration tools, and how to adjust settings to get that accurate color reproduction.
Okay, and when you're answering this question, you want to highlight your experience using color management software.
Yes.
Maybe even talk about projects where color accuracy was absolutely critical.
Right, like if you were printing artwork for a high-end fashion catalog or creating signage for a major brand,
Yeah.
these are situations where color consistency is really, really important.
And again, RoleCatcher's AI can be a big help here.
Yeah.
It can Analyze the job description to identify keywords related to color management and suggest specific skills or experiences that you should emphasize in your answer.
It's like having a secret weapon to help you decode what the hiring manager is looking for.
Absolutely. Okay, ready for question number 5.
Yeah, bring it on.
Okay. How do you ensure that printed materials are delivered on time and within budget? This sounds like project management.
It is. This is where you highlight your ability to plan, prioritize, manage resources,
Okay.
and communicate effectively.
So maybe share an example of a project where you had to navigate tight deadlines or budget constraints.
Right.
Really show them that you can work under pressure and deliver results.
Yeah, you want to demonstrate that you're reliable and efficient.
Okay, 2 more questions to go. Question number 6. Can you describe your experience with large format printing?
So this is a more specialized area within digital printing.
Okay, so large format printing like what?
Think banners, posters, vehicle wraps,
Okay.
things that require specialized equipment and techniques.
Okay, so if you have experience in this area, definitely talk about the machines you've used, the challenges you've faced,
Yeah.
how you've ensured high-quality results on a larger scale.
Right. And even if you don't have direct experience with large format printing, you can talk about your willingness to learn and adapt to new technologies.
Yeah, that's a great point. Showing adaptability is always a plus,
Absolutely.
especially in a field that's changing so quickly.
It's all about continuous learning and a willingness to grow.
And of course, RoleCatcher's AI can help here too, right?
Yes, definitely.
It can identify any potential knowledge gaps and suggest resources for upskilling.
Yeah, so you can be proactive and address those areas where you might need to brush up on your skills.
All right, last but not least, question number 7. How do you troubleshoot and resolve issues with the printing process?
Right, so this is where your problem-solving skills come in.
Okay, so you need to be able to think on your feet, stay calm under pressure, find solutions when things go wrong.
Exactly, because in the world of printing, things don't always go as planned.
Right, so walk them through your process.
Yeah.
How do you identify the root cause of a problem?
Yeah.
What steps do you take to resolve it? Do you have any go-to resources or techniques?
And don't be afraid to share a story about a time you successfully troubleshooted a tricky printing issue.
Now, that's a good idea.
Yeah, it makes your answer more engaging.
As we're going through these interview questions, I'm struck by how much this job really requires a blend of technical expertise and problem solving,
Yeah,
even a little bit of creativity.
you're absolutely right. It's not just about operating the machines, it's about understanding the whole process.
Right.
From pre-press to finishing and being able to adapt to those unexpected challenges.
Which brings us to question number 8.
Yeah.
Can you describe your experience working with different substrates and materials? This really gets to the heart of that adaptability, doesn't it?
It does. Digital printing isn't limited to just paper anymore. We're talking fabrics, plastics, metals, even glass.
Wow. So many different materials.
A whole range, yeah.
So when you're answering this question,
Yeah.
talk about your experience working with these different materials, how you adjust your printing techniques based on the substrate and any unique challenges.
Right, and if you've experimented with any unusual or innovative materials, definitely mention that.
Yeah.
It shows that you're not afraid to push boundaries and explore those new possibilities.
And I bet RoleCatcher's AI can help here too.
Of course, it can analyze the job description to see if any specific materials are mentioned
Okay.
and suggest examples from your experience.
So it's really tailoring your answers for maximum impact.
Exactly.
All right, we've covered a lot of ground here.
We have.
We unpacked 8 tough interview questions,
Mm-hmm.
got some great insights from RoleCatcher's guides,
Mm-hmm.
and showcased how their AI can really give you an edge.
Yeah, but even with all this preparation,
Yeah.
there's still that one big question looming.
Oh, you mean what happens after you land the job?
Exactly. What does the career path of a digital printer look like? Where can this role take you in the long run?
Okay, that's a great question, and one we will definitely delve into next time.
Sounds good. So you aced the interview. You landed the job.
Congratulations.
But now what?
Right? Where does a digital printer go from here?
Well, the good news is this role can be a springboard to all sorts of interesting opportunities.
So it's not just about staying in the same position forever.
Nope, not at all.
There's room for growth and exploration.
Absolutely. Remember, we talked about the printing industry growing.
Right.
There's a demand for skilled professionals.
Yeah.
And as you gain experience, you can start to specialize.
Okay, so paint a picture for me. What are some of the paths a digital printer might take as they progress in their career?
Well, one natural progression is to become a senior digital printer.
Okay.
This usually involves taking on more complex projects, maybe focusing on a specific type of printing like large format or high-end color work.
So you become a real expert in a specific area.
Exactly. You might even find yourself training and mentoring junior team members,
Okay.
sharing your knowledge and skills.
That sounds rewarding. What about for people who are more interested in leadership?
There are definitely management opportunities. You could become a production manager overseeing the entire printing process, or a print shop manager responsible for running the day-to-day operations of a printing facility.
So moving from working with the machines to managing people and processes.
Precisely. And those strong communication and problem-solving skills we talked about during the interview prep,
Right.
those are essential for any leadership role.
That makes sense. So you're not just gaining technical expertise.
Yeah.
You're developing transferable skills that can help you on different career paths.
And don't forget the creative side of things.
Oh, right.
A lot of digital printers are drawn to related fields like graphic design or pre-press production.
Absolutely. It's a natural fit.
So you could leverage your knowledge of printing to create designs that are specifically optimized for print production.
Exactly. You have that technical understanding of the printing process,
Right.
which gives you a real advantage as a designer. Wow. So many options. It's exciting to think that starting as a digital printer can lead to such a wide range of possibilities.
It really can. And remember, RoleCatcher's Career Guide has a whole section on career paths in the printing industry.
Oh, that's helpful.
Yeah, it has real-world examples and salary information,
So you can actually see what those different roles entail.
and what kind of earning potential you can expect.
Okay, let's be realistic for a moment. The printing industry, like any other, is facing changes and challenges.
True.
What are some of the things aspiring digital printers should be aware of as they start out in this field?
Well, one of the biggest trends is automation.
Okay.
More and more tasks are being automated,
Right.
which means digital printers need to be adaptable and willing to learn new technologies.
So it's not just about mastering the current machines,
Right.
but also staying ahead of the curve.
Exactly. It's all about continuous learning and a willingness to adapt. And that brings us back to something we talked about before, the importance of curiosity and a passion for problem solving.
So it's not just about technical skills, it's about having the right mindset.
You got it. And this is where RoleCatcher's AI can be a huge help.
How so?
Well, it can analyze industry trends and identify skills that are in high demand,
Okay.
so you can focus your professional development efforts.
That's smart. So you stay ahead of the automation curve.
Exactly. It's like having a personal career advisor helping you navigate the industry.
Now let's talk about the work environment itself. RoleCatcher mentions that it can be fast-paced and demanding.
It's true.
Tight deadlines. A need for meticulous attention to detail.
Yeah, you need to be able to handle pressure manage multiple tasks,
Right.
maintain a high level of accuracy,
Okay.
even when things get hectic.
So it's not for everyone.
Right.
But RoleCatcher also highlights the creative satisfaction of bringing designs to life
Yes.
and the collaborative spirit within printing teams.
That's an important point. There's a real sense of camaraderie in this field.
Yeah.
You're working together to create something tangible, something
Wow.
people can see and touch.
And that can be really rewarding.
It is. And let's not forget about the potential for high earnings.
Oh, right. As you gain experience and specialize, the salary can be really good.
Exactly.
So it's a career that offers both creative satisfaction and financial stability.
It can be. But like any career, you need to find the right fit.
Right, for your personality and your goals.
Exactly.
That's why this deep dive has been so helpful. We've explored what it means to be a digital printer,
Yeah.
the technical skills, the career paths, the work environment, even some tips on how to nail that interview.
And we've talked about how RoleCatcher's resources can really help.
Right, their guides and their AI tools.
Yeah, giving you a real advantage in your job search.
But before we wrap up,
Mm-hmm.
there's one more question that's been on my mind.
Oh, what is it?
We've talked about the traditional digital printer career path,
Right.
but with the rise of 3D printing and personalized on-demand manufacturing,
Mm-hmm.
I can't help but wonder, what does the future hold for this profession?
That is the million-dollar question. And it's one we're going to tackle in our final segment.
Okay, so we've talked about the traditional career path,
Right.
but with 3D printing and personalized on-demand manufacturing popping up everywhere, what happens to the digital printing jobs?
Yeah, it's a big question.
Yeah.
I think it's more about evolution than extinction.
Okay.
The core skills of a digital printer, understanding color mastering techniques, troubleshooting those, all transfer.
So even though the machines change, the basics stay the same.
Yeah, a good digital printer can adapt those skills to new platforms and workflows. Think about it. Take your color calibration expertise and apply it to 3D printing.
Oh, wow. So you're creating super detailed and colorful objects?
Exactly, or use your material knowledge for on-demand manufacturing.
Okay.
Printing directly onto fabrics or even making custom packaging right there on the spot.
So the future isn't picking one technology, it's combining them.
Right. A digital printer who can do that is going to be super valuable.
It's like being a printing polyglot,
I like that.
fluent in all the printing languages.
Yeah, and that's where those soft skills come in, even more curiosity, problem-solving, communication.
Because you need to adapt to new systems, be creative, see those possibilities, and explain it all to clients who might not be as techy.
Exactly.
So for our listeners out there getting ready for their interview, here's the takeaway. Don't just focus on today's tech. Stay curious. Keep learning. Be ready for anything.
The future of printing is wide open.
Yeah.
Those who are comfortable with change and want to explore are the ones who will really shape the industry.
Couldn't agree more. And remember, RoleCatcher is there to help you along the way. Their career guides can map out your path. Interview guides can prep you for those tough questions, and their AI tools give you that personalized edge.
It's like having a mentor, a coach, and a research assistant all in one.
That's amazing.
Mm.
So go for it. Embrace the challenge and make your mark on the world of printing. It's full of potential for those who are willing to learn, adapt, and create.
Absolutely well said.
And that's a wrap on another deep dive. We'll see you next time for more insights and inspiration to help you unlock your full potential in whatever field you choose.